Vidyard, any year now you can fix your laggy recording. That'd be great. Anyway, yes, more laggy recording. That's great. To the series that gets no views, weekly football update 17. The final week of the regular season is now done. All the games happened on Sunday, so yes, let's get right into it. The first game, the absolute definition of a game that is a shootout, but also a blowout. Final score 26-56. Bills beat the Dolphins. They were like, I don't even know, quick math, like 80-something points in this game. The Bills finished 13-3, and the Dolphins finished 10-6, and missed the playoffs somehow, even though the 8-8 Bears got in. That's a lull. Ravens absolutely destroyed the Jesus Christ on a cracker out of the Bengals. I don't know what that was. J.K. Dobbins had a day, 160 rushing yards, 38-3 was the final score. The Ravens finished 11-5. The Bengals finished 4-11-1. The Cleveland Browns clinched their first playoff berth since 2002 with a victory over the Steelers, who started 11-0 and finished 12-4. The final score is 24-22, and the Browns are 11-5. All right. Next game, we got the Vikings beat the Lions in the game that literally didn't even matter because none of them were going to the playoffs. But the Vikings won because the Lions failed two two-point conversions, lol, and the Vikings finished 7-9. Lions finished 5-11. 37-35 was the final score. Patriots beat the Jets, ended their winning streak, and they finished 2-14. The Jets finished 2-14. The Patriots finished 7-9. Yes, okay. Giants beat the Cowboys 23-19. Both of them finished 6-10. And none of them won a division because of what I'll say later. Buccaneers beat the Falcons. Buccaneers finished 11-5. Falcons finished 4-12, 44-27. That's a pretty high-scoring game. I don't know what I just did. Anyway, Packers beat the Bears. Packers for the second season in a row went 13-3 in the regular season. Good for them. Bears finished 8-8. Raiders beat the Broncos on a 2-point conversion. 32-31 was the final score. Raiders finished 8-8. Broncos finished 5-11. Colts beat the Jaguars, which everyone knew would happen. The final score was 28-14. Colts finished 11-5. Jaguars finished with 15 straight losses because they won their season opener. They finished 1-15, so they are not a very good football team. The Chargers beat the Chiefs because the Chiefs didn't start any of their starters. They were 14-1 coming into this game, but they had already clinched the first round bye, so they just didn't start anyone. Chiefs finished 14-2, and Chargers finished 7-9 after going 3-9. So good for them. But that just, they were eliminated from the playoffs, so they could have just lost out and got a better draft pick. But I guess they didn't want to. Anyway, Rams beat the Cardinals, finished 10-6, and the Cardinals went 8-8 and missed the playoffs, lol. Seahawks beat the Falcons, but it was actually pretty close. 26-23 was the final score. Seahawks went 12-4. 49ers finished 6-10. Saints destroyed the Panthers 33-7. Saints finished 12-4. Panthers finished 5-11. Blech. Oh yeah, wait, hold up. I'm gonna go rewind about 13 seconds, not a while. Jonathan Taylor in the Colts Jaguars game, 253 rushing yards. Wow, he's a rookie, and he got over 1,000 on the season. And, he was playing Jaguars, who have, the worst defense in the league. But still, that's pretty impressive. And, 253. And then after Saints-Panthers, you got the Titans beat the Texans on a last-second field goal that doinked, but actually went in, unlike every Cody Parkey doink ever. Titans won 11-5. Texans finished 4-12. And Derrick Henry, the 8th player in NFL history to reach 2,000 rushing yards in a season. He got 250 rushing yards in this game. So he finished with 2,027 on the season. Good job, Derrick Henry. Texans, I've already finished that game. And finally, the night game, the Washington Reds. The football team clinched the playoff berth, even though they won 7-9 and beat the Eagles, who went 4-11-1. And okay, so yes, that happened. And I will now go to the stats, and then I will go to the playoff schedule. Not playoff schedule. I meant playoff seeding because the schedule I'm going to do next week. But yeah. Deshaun Watson finished first in the league in passing yards, even though his Texans went 4-12. Then you got Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, Matt Ryan, and Josh Allen. Rushing leaders, Derrick Henry was first by a mile with 2,027. Next closest was Dalvin Cook with 1,557. Then you got Jonathan Taylor, who I mentioned earlier, Aaron Jones, and David Montgomery is fifth, who, by the way, tied with James Robinson, so he's also tied for fifth. Then you got receiving leaders, Stephon Diggs is first with 1,535. Then you got Travis Kelce, DeAndre Hopkins, Justin Jefferson, the GOAT. Justin Jefferson broke the all-time rookie receiving record this season. So that's pretty cool. Got exactly 1,400 receiving yards. Then you got Devontae Adams, who literally only played 14 games, but still got in the top 5 receiving yards. Good for him. Then you got Zach Cunningham, Jalen Smith, Blake Martinez, Joe Schobert, and Devin White as the top 5 tacklers. The season's sack leaders, TJ Watt led the league with 15. Then you got Aaron Donald, Trey Hendrickson, Hassan Reddick, and Zadarius Smith. Xavier Howard finished with 10 interceptions, which is actually really impressive. Then you got J.C. Jackson, Tyrann Mathieu, Harrison Smith, and Quandre Diggs as the next ones. Okay, cool. On to the playoff seeding. NFC playoff seeding. Number 1 was the Packers, who went 13-3. Number 2 was the 12-4 Saints. Number 3 was the 12-4 Seahawks. Number 4 was the 7-9 Washington football team because they won their division. Number 5 is the 11-5 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Number 6 is the 10-6 Los Angeles Rams. And number 7 is the 8-8 Bears. AFC seeding. Number 1 is the 14-2 Chiefs. Number 3 is the 13-3 Bills. Number 2 is the 13-3 Bills, sorry. Number 3 is the 12-4 Steelers. Number 4 is the 11-5 Titans. Number 5 is the 11-5 Ravens. Number 6 is the 11-5 Browns. And number 7 is the 11-5 Colts. I feel bad for the Dolphins because they went 10-6 and missed the playoffs, and like literally every team in the AFC that has ever existed is now 11-5. But yes, good, nice, good. Yeah, that is pretty hot. Playoffs starts next weekend. Yeah, okay. Goodbye.